Obscura is the pick from Bang Bang in Demon Deus. It will be the last map should we get there. Borg, what do you make of the map selection here?
I mean, starting off with Night Market, everybody's favorite map, guys. I know, everyone loves it. And a Stagger Swagger start here on Night Market. Everybody loves it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, should be a pretty... Honestly, I've always liked going in one of these longer maps, Oni Village, Night Market, maps like that early on as the first one, just to kind of set the pace, right? It's a little bit slower. Games tend to take a little bit longer. People can get their footing. And then the next two maps, possibly after that, tend to be a lot more on the ball, a lot more on point. Players are a lot more locked in. And as we're getting into the game now, we got a little bit of a battle of concepts here, K-Bot. Prize Fighter on the entire Bang Bang roster. Fudgy Waffle flies in there with no avail. And Stagger Swagger on the entire Demons Are All roster as well.
Yeah, two very opposing strategies. One trying to stay alive, pick up the extra speed. The other trying to KO them as fast as possible and snowball the game out of control. I think that's going to be a large part of what this is. If we can see some of the strikers hit power spikes with awakenings for Bang Bang early on, especially looking at Grimella on this rune for what he might be able to pick up on the awakenings carousels. We'll see if they're going to be able to rack up those KOs and make that effect happen. Meanwhile, of course, you were joking a bit ago, Borg, before we started this game. What year is this? Demons RAHH is playing RAHH and DUBU on Night Market. The only difference is Kainoob is the one in the net playing the DUBU.
See, to me, it actually makes more sense with Kainoob on the DUBU. It sounds weird. It sounds weird, but this has been something that's been happening a lot. A little bit of a straight war. I mean, we've seen this happen with Demons RAHH. Gumi leaves the net a little too much. They're dancing on each other. I think lost track of who was supposed to play there, but no big deal. First point of the game. But as I was saying, I mean, it's kind of like the RAHH Julie comp, except instead of the Julie stuffing, you get the DUBU stuffing, which is arguably better. It's less consistent, but better in terms of you literally can't hit through the Tofu Fortress, in quotations, when it works. When it works. It might not work, but if it does, you can't hit through it. So
the Unbreakable Fortress
is interesting. Yeah, Unbreakable Tofu Fortress.
Yes.
So we'll have to see if they can use that DUBU ultimate well, as Snake struggling to survive early on here in the second point.
Early on, but even still, most of the abilities are probably down now. Kainoob, beautiful Tofu Fortress. Gumi walks up, keeps the core forward, and will get credited with the goal himself. Well done to kind of create chaos there. I think the theory right behind even picking up the Stagger Swagger here for Demons RAHH is if you can just dodge enough abilities, you won't get KO, right? Unlock the Rune Banish DLC as it is. Dodge the banish, and you'll be fine. It's really that simple. And of course, Demons RAHH able to do a decent amount of that. Great chaos towards the end here. Grimella anomaly, weird angle that one's going to get sent on, and now we see a KO happen, but this time it's not against the team who was looking for it. That'll be a prize fighter stack gone off of Drew.
Yeah, and more, as we're saying right here, the DUBU, I mean, just keeping it forward for so long and so easy, too. Just pressing one ability, and you basically can't clear there anymore. And the problem with Bang Bang's comp is that they have that Luna Goalie, which is not really known for its defensive prowess, right? It does not have a lot of really any creations or anything in order to get it past any creations on the side of DUBU. An X in your face, which X historically has always been a very, very good pick into Luna. So, I mean, this game really for Bang Bang depends on if Grimella can be on the ball with his pillars and kind of help out the Luna on that defense, keeping things out of the net when things start to get dicey. As right now, Demons are out trying to bring the core forward. A little bit of a strike whiff on Kainoob, not going to mean much, but with as you see on both sides, you think the prize fighter one's going to be doing damage. Look at their health bars here, K-Bot.
Yeah, it's not looking as good for this Bang Bang lineup. Of course, you say look at the health bars, but the entire point of Stagger Swagger is that you can heal that Stagger back, right? So, no surprise there. It'll be just a matter of finding their footing. Energy Burst exchanged here. Keeping the core neutral. Snake lunges forward, goes for it here. There's a bell ringer. Now, the X Maximus is popped, goes off the goal barrier. Once again, everyone goes forward, creates some chaos in front of the net, and the core finds the back of it. Demons RAHH will take set one.
Set 1, go into Demons. I mean, not really too surprised, I think, with a damage comp, especially when you're going against that Stagger Swagger start. You really need more than just Prize Fighter, right? Unless you get super lucky and get a couple kills right off the bat, you're not really going to be doing too much. And like I said earlier, Rune is the only character that's actually good into any of these characters on Demons Raw. So I think I'm expecting Demons to win a lot of these early points and sets here. Perfect Form going to be helping Rune a little bit longer, as well as the hot shot on the Luna, just keeping abilities up at all times. But one thing I'm a little bit worried about is the Catalyst on Snake, who has been getting bullied pretty much all game and creating a lot of chaos, but now is going to be getting rewarded for it, for getting hit over and over again with that Stagger Swagger Catalyst. So a little bit worried for Bang Bang early on, but it's not over yet.
Now walk me through this one, Borg, because I was under the impression that the X-era composition is the composition that's going to scale the most, right? There are so many times where an X-era composition or X-era Mako or what have you ends up not doing as hot early on, but then picks up Awakenings towards the end, and it's like set 3, suddenly it's a different team because you've got so much more speed, the X can be have more agency on the map. Does that mean that Demons Raw is not only going to win the early game, but also continue winning in the late game once they pick up the Awakenings? Like what?
Yeah, so you're not wrong. That is normally how things work. That is normally how things works, but that's with Era Midfield. You're forgetting things here. Era Midfield is usually a little bit weaker early because you're not... I mean, you are a mobile character, as, wow, Snake just gets absolutely obliterated by the entire Banish into Luna combo plus Dash Punch. That's what we want to see from Bang Bang here. The Alpha Strike combo coming in here on this power play. But to kind of continue what I was saying, I mean, the Era in midfield needs to scale because you don't contend well with a lot of the midfielders that exist in the game in a one-on-one. But when you put the Era in goal and then just add a character that can hold it down in either side of the court with a DUBU or a Julie or any character that can stuff really hard, you're strong from the get-go, but not strong enough to survive this comp, as Bang Bang is finally starting to find their form here.
Those are the things you like to see. Goomy, though, able to combo with the bewitching beam off of Snake's burst. Takes down Drew before things get too far out of hand. Knocks the Prize Fighter stack away, but now Goomy works up that lower side. Kainu covering the north side. Overtime now. Goomy just looking to take it himself, but Fudgy's going to be back in time with the boost. It doesn't find the corner quite the way he wants to. Right back to the hands of Kainu, who strikes it in, and Demons Raw are looking dominant.
Yeah, Fudgy almost had the save there. It was looking really good, but just barely missed that angle on the top side, getting it dribbled back into Kainoob to allow the goal. Tofu Fortress getting stuck early on, getting a quick barrier. I mean, it's just so hard to get past it, but you know what else is hard to get past is that Rune Pillar and a Fudgy Waffles coming in from downtown with that hot shot. The strike wasn't even back up in time.
Don't need the strike where we're going, Borg. That's what Fudgy says as he flies in. Also, by the way, the goal bearer was taken off of a bounce from that little gate in the middle. Both goal barriers were taken back to back, thanks to that little guy. Sometimes referred to as the merchant angle when it's an open goal, but just hits a barrier and creates some chaos. Fudgy once again diving in, sending the core flying, picks up goal barrier. Drew here, maybe an opportunity, loses the strike war though. Snake and Kainu both on top of him. Will send him away and dissuade him. Has to be careful here too. Oh, that dash punch could have been dangerous. Snake elects not to pop anything right away, and now Grimella stuck on the wrong side of the Maelstrom. We're about to go behind Goomy, but picks up the Flutterfly speed with just enough time. Fudgy patiently waiting, but even still, both Kainu and Snake proving to be an offensive presence. Even still, Drew now almost there on the core, but Grimella comes up with the anomaly.
Yeah, props for Drew there, actually holding it down 1v2 for a little while after Grimella got caught by that tornado on the top side. So shout out to the brawler there on Bang Bang, keeping things under control. And Bang Bang, I mean, even it up 2-2, they're starting to look like their comp can actually start doing a little bit of damage to this Demons Raw roster, as we're seeing Snake just almost die right off the bat. But with the Stagger Swagger, if you're not killing them immediately, they are just going to heal back to full, and that's a lot of abilities wasted as DUBU now taking it, getting that last barrier. Snake has to use the core flip, but has the Catalyst, not going to be too worried, as Goomy using the flip to defend now, and Gainu trying to do everything himself, and the Tofu Fortress gets the kill, but it can't score, but it doesn't matter as the flip puts it in past Gravella, and Snake and Kainu secure the set.
How goofy is DUBU forward. Takes care of business there in the gold box. Apparently, brawlers get it done, and DUBU is an honorary brawler in the enemy's goal box.
Of course.
Kaidu will be getting the pick the litter here on the second draft. And once again, Drew comes up with something. Now, the other thing, Borg, that I wanted to comment on in the last one is we saw there towards the middle of that set when there were closer to 3 prize fighter stacks on 2 different players of on Bang Bang. Things looked a lot better for them than after they started getting KO'd. So really want to see them pick up some momentum here. And with Drew picking up this adrenaline rush, they'll be really looking to funnel that momentum forward from a first initial payout.
Yeah, I mean, Bang Bang had a pretty good draft there. Grimella getting a little bit more speed and stagger, just able to play a little bit easier overall. So Fortress going to be going a little bit wide there, evaded by Drew. But the key with this draft here, I think, is kind of getting Fight or Flight, which just allows the Mag Souls pick to get even more value, because not only are you the fastest person when you cross that midfield line, but you can't really get focused because you're getting, you know, you're not getting rewarded for it, right? Or rather, you are getting rewarded for it on the side of Kainu, but it doesn't matter because Gravella takes that little bit of an off bounce there in the perfect space and puts it in the top side. I don't even know what I was spouting about, to be honest with the K-Bot. All I know is Fight or Flight equals good, but not good enough to stop that one.
Good angles is what puts that goal in. Other thing to note for Bang Bang in general, of course, the extra special gets picked up here by Gumi, a very important denial away from Grimella, denying some of that damage and KOing potential away. But with Fudgy picking up the Super Surge, potentially the boost will come in that much more, but they're going to have to find their footing real fast. That was a quick one from Demon's Raw. They were looking to send us right into a map 2 right away.
Yeah, pretty volatile points overall. Things kind of just happening out of nowhere, but that is kind of the nature of these comps, and I'm surprised that Tofu Fortress did not take out the rune there. But Grimella gonna be glad, sweating a little bit on that one. But okay for now. No energy burst on Drew, who uses it to take out Gumi. And now without the era, this comp is going to be looking a whole lot more vulnerable, is what I like to say. But the DUBU is holding strong so far, K-Bot.
Well, Core didn't quite get up there fast enough for Bang Bang to capitalize on the power play. And that'll be a nice penalty kill for Demon's Raw. Energy burst missed by Fudgy. Safe for protection, but even still, not able do much there. Boost already out. Has to be careful here. Snake will use the energy burst, but it'll get sent away. Now, Gumi lets it one by, and Gold Barrier will get struck. Fudgy down to the bottom corner. Tofu Fortress out of Kainu, keeping the core down here for the time being. Snake dives forward into the enemy gold box. Can't get much of it, but she sends it through! And that was a little fortunate bounce once more for Bang Bang. You know, they haven't been creating the same level of pressure on the other side of the net, but it feels like they're able to find a lot more of these breakaway goals when things just happen to fall into place.
Yeah, the thing is that Demon's Raw's roster, like, they have a little bit of speed with the era, but a lot of it is just taking up space, as Snake is doing so amazingly right there. With that Chrono Boost dash, getting in there 1v2, doesn't even need the flip as he has that strike reset. I mean, perfectly timed by Snake there, but, I mean, we're seeing it right there. With the DUBU, with the X, you have a lot of, I guess, area denial, if that makes sense, right? As long as those characters are in the area and they have their abilities up, there's no moving the core anywhere near them. But when they're taken off the pitch like that, with the explosiveness from this Juliet, from this Luna, then it makes things a whole lot easier for Bang Bang, as they still just cannot crack this second barrier.
Anomaly's up. It'll try to prevent that energy burst from getting out away from them, and Demon's Raw won't be able to quickly take the core back the other direction. Snake, even low again. Drew could be looking for Dash Punch the second that it comes back online. All right, not anymore, thanks to the Stagger Swagger healing that comes up. But he'll find it anyway. Put it through. It's already at 3 prize fighter stacks. If you're wondering why that one KO'd, that would be why. And now there's that boost. All important from Fudgy. We'll see whether or not they can score here with 2 energy bursts. Maelstrom is out of Gumi. Nice anomaly from Grimella, but Kainu drops back with a fighter flight speed in order to keep this one out. Again, still map point for Demon's Raw. Fudgy comes flying in, can't find the core, sends it up to Grimella. Kainu's in the way. Rollout log tries to get it done, but won't send the core forward. Grimella and Drew, a little bit of miscommunication. Too much on the bottom side happening right in front of the core. And Snake flying in once again. Here's the Tofu Fortress, but the core doesn't find the right side of it. And once again, another random bounce goes the favor of Bang Bang. They'll send us at least to a set 4.
Hey, you say random, but I've seen Grimella cooking up the rune recently. That might have been a labbed out pillar there, K-Bot. I mean, I don't know. Could be. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt here as the Juliet gets the first pick. Honestly, a lot of things that are pretty good here. I think size might just be your best bet overall, as it's a little bit too late to start sparking up. Yep, going to be going out with the build different, wants a little bit more impact damage as well, but the missile prop DUBU, which is DUBU forward, I would say is best awakening, in my opinion, as it just puts your DUBU fortress and your logout halfway across the map. It's absolutely insane. Another thing to note here is Gumi getting that cast to last as well. It's going to help with the mobility of this team comp, which makes it a whole lot scarier. And really, yeah, I mean, not too much. I would say the size on the Julie, we'll have to see if the Juliet can make any difference here, but Kainoob with his missile prop tofu fortresses, as we see right there, look at how far those things actually go. Not too much of an impact there, but still going to be getting the job done all the same. Snake core flip goes down, and Drew going down at the same time, I don't think had anything to do with it, but penalty here for Demon's Raw. They need to secure it, but Fudgy Waffles and Grimella doing a great job at killing this thing. As can they clear? Kainoob gets it through at the last second. Drew could not get back in time. Demon's Raw gets the first point.
I think about that last draft board. You were talking earlier about the fact that Demon's Raw was all about having that area of effect, right? They have the influence on the core on a decent chunk of the map. Well, with Missile Prop getting picked up by Kainoob, Cast-a-Last and Spark of Agility for Snake, both speed awakenings to help the team have even more of a presence, it's going to be that much more difficult for scoring opportunities to come through from Bang Bang, especially now that Drew was taken down already in this set, meaning he's sitting at 0 prize fighter stacks, which doesn't sound that important, but it does the second you realize that 3 would have killed Kainoob right there.
Yeah, I mean, the prize fighter has been super important all game. On the set that they won, they actually have managed to keep some of the stacks and get some of the KOs here, but right now they don't really have any of these stacks going on, and they're getting taken down even lower than Demon's Raw over and over again. Snake and Kainoob just finding these wombo combos and taking us to match point.
Game point once more for Demon's Raw. We'll see if they're able to come out on top here as everyone's down on the bottom side. Drew can't find a KO once more. Here's Gumi in the energy burst, and now it's Fudgy getting taken down by Snake. The banish comes through. Kainoob tries to put down a rollout log. Here comes the Maelstrom as the pressure continues for Demon's Raw. They continue choking out and suffocating Bang Bang. Snake will send one to the back of the net, and the Tofu Fortress comes out of Kainoob to secure the game. Map 1 goes to Demon's Raw in what might have been, ironically, the quickest game today, and it's on Night Market.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, sets the tone for the series, and that's a good sign, ladies and gentlemen. We might be getting back on schedule. Demon's Raw might be giving us a little bit of a rest here, as, I mean, Kainoob with that DUBU midfield. MVP for me, in my opinion, but I think all of them definitely played pretty well together, as Demon's Raw tends to do. So, interesting game 1. Definitely a nice change of pace from the intensity of what we've been watching today in the audience. It's not over yet. Bang Bang have their map pick on Gates of Obscura next, as we're going to be getting into draft very, very soon.
Which, like, you don't just go to Gates of Obscura. One does not simply just pick this map, right?
You're going to have to elaborate, because it happened 3 times today.
Okay, well.
It's happened 3 times today. You got to
never mind then. That shows the, I haven't watched the game in a month, so apparently people like this map now? What's the deal?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I think it's like a this week thing. It's really just a this week thing, I think. I've seen it a couple times, like last week it was a few times, but this week people are like picking this map, which is weird. Maybe they're just trying things out. It's the middle of the season, you know. Let's see, expand the map pool a little bit for later on, but I mean, it's a little weird. I don't care personally, because back in the day, this was my map. This was a map that I was very comfortable on. I felt pretty dominant on this map. Last call, season 3 vibes, but
well, back in the day when there were
games.
Back in the day where there were quarter portals and the goal barriers were different, or what?
Yeah, actually, it was actually that. It was right around when they changed that, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It was right when they were about to change that. We got pretty good at it, but interesting games. Return to form had a pretty good performance against Sad Boys on this map as well. Hook resets with a little bit of a monumentalist NATO masterclass, as we tend to see him do. So I'm curious to see what picks will be prioritized on both teams here. I'm seeing Rune definitely being a really strong one. I might see that actually be banned and or prioritized on either side, because I know both sides can actually play the Rune pretty well. Other than that, I mean, unironically, DUBU I could see again. DUBU's really, really strong on this map. Amy's really strong on this map. Lots of interesting picks. Juno is really good on this map, and Kainoob loves the Juno, so we might be seeing that. Lots of interesting things that can happen, so I do actually enjoy this Gates Obscura map just for the diversity of comps it provides.
I feel like you say that, and we're going to see the same exact 6 strikers for.
We might, but those were some fun strikers we just saw, wasn't it?
I mean, it was entertaining. I will say that. That is true.
There you go. Then we're in for another treat. We're in for another treat. Now, I think Bang Bang's gonna change it up a little bit. I think it's a good idea on their comp, but doing it on a stagger swagger start, I don't know. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. Actually, I definitely would have done it. I definitely would have done it, and it would have worked out the same way. And I would have been saying the same thing afterwards. So you gotta do it.
You're like, oh, I should have done it.
Because like, what if it did work? You know what I mean?
It's a prize fighter start board.
Exactly. If you start getting kills, you start one-shotting people. And it all depends on the first, like, 30 seconds of the first 2 points, honestly. And if you can get kills, you win. If you don't get kills, there you go.
If you get KO'd, then that's...
You get KO'd, which is what was happening that game.
Yeah.
Then it's not a good sign.
All right, Timeless Creator, Adrenaline Rush start here for Gates of Obscura. Okay. Demon's Raw bans away the Roan, which Carmella has been playing a lot of lately. And that opens the door for the Rasmus Now combination here, picked up on 2 and 3 for Bang Bang.
Some vintage Bang Bang going on here. The unrebrand into picking old comfort. So actually really interesting to see the Timeless on the Now, definitely really strong. With both the bands also being the second strongest Timeless characters, actually the first and second strongest, I would say, right next to Now, with the Rune and the Amy being gone. Definitely a good way to shove things through. The DUBU getting picked for Bang Bang, definitely going in the net here. Fudgy comfortable on that pick, really strong on this map. But there's the Juno as well, on to, I assume, Kainoob, and then Snake just so comfortable on the X, as always, going to be making Fudgy's life a little bit hard in this game. But I actually like both these comps. I think this is going to be a really good game, a lot closer than the last one, in my opinion, and we'll just have to see what's going on.
I think the interesting thing here is there aren't a lot of strikers that really like either of these starter awakenings, right? Like, Rasmus is picked here. Sure, Timeless Creator, you're like, okay, sure, it makes your ult bigger. Adrenaline Rush, okay, sure, if you can pick up a kill, but you're not really trying to do that on Rasmus all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, 1 second cooldown is always nice. And also, you tend to get at least 1 or 2 random KOs, just like during the match, you know? Things just happen. And with Adrenaline Rush, those 1 or 2 random KOs turn into point wins because you get instant cooldowns, instant speed. It actually, you know, can end up winning a round for you. So it's definitely not a bad awakening. I would never really be too sad when I have to pick it up. I am going to guess that it's going to be DUBU and the Now with Timeless, and probably the Juno as well with Timeless. I don't see... I mean, I could see Kainoob honestly going Adrenaline Rush here too, just because of how insane this guy is in general. But I'm expecting to see 3 and 3 Adrenaline Rush in, what's it called? Timeless Creator.
That's the other thing. You're probably going to see the Kai come through and just, like, barrage away, right? Like, that's the goal. But actually, no. In Striker Select here, we're actually told it's the opposite. Gumi is playing the Judo goalie.
Oh my gosh.
Kainoob is playing the Kai.
This?
Now,
it's just so
hold
annoying.
that thought. Well, actually, no. Yeah, Gumi did select the goalie position in the lobby, so he does have the eject button here. Yeah. Even still. It's Demon's Raw board. That's why they do this.
I know why they're doing it, and they do it all the time. And this is actually when they tend to lose a lot of their games, too, when they start messing around and swapping roles and doing things. So maybe we're in for another... Maybe they want the series to go longer. That last game was too short. But nah, I think they will. They're definitely both really good on both these picks. Gumi, definitely no stranger to the Juno. Kainoob, definitely not on the Kai. So this shouldn't be too bad. This should be pretty normal Demons Rawing as we see Snake get both goal barriers. Fudgy already looking a little bit rough here, but able to defend, but can actually. Perfect pass and shot from Snake. Managing to get that first point.
Good passage shot, but I think the Tofu Fortress sent the core into the portal backwards towards his own goal. It did get struck.
Okay. Yeah, someone else struck it.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
It looked awkward, and it looked sad.
Did look really weird. It did.
In any event, if you're Bang Bang here, you can't let the pressure start to get to you.
Oh my god. I can't believe it, man. Taking flip and dip to a whole new level. Snake is just having a little bit of fun as we see Demons Raw closing in, trying to get the goal here as Kmart regains his composure. An insane move from Snake, but it looks like Bang Bang is able to stabilize it for now.
Oh dear. Alright, well, you know. Anyway, Snake probably wishing that he could have ended the round by now. Might be getting bored. Before Gumi gets too bored. Actually, that's what he's really regretting, is if Gumi gets bored here. That could be the problem. As we see, Drew, hold on. Let it cook for a second. Blavo sends it away. With Kainoob getting taken out. Here's the nice passing play. A little bit coming off of Gramella up to Drew. Bang Bang gets it. And once again, Snake probably wishing he had that core flip, but oh well.
Random KO, like I was saying earlier, Drew getting that adrenaline rush proc and making a little bit happen from it. So, great job to Bang Bang, evening up the score here. Losing that first barrier immediately. I mean, they've kind of just been losing these barriers pretty early so far in this game. Fudgy, just kind of hard to shut down a lot of this pressure coming in with that Juno goalie. But if he can manage it, just like right now, you get that counterattack into the two more vulnerable, I say, characters of the Juno goalie and the Kai without Barrage. Now with Kai with Barrage, not vulnerable whatsoever. But as I say that, the vulnerable brawler, the Drew, going down, and now it's going to be a power play for Demons Raw, getting that barrier, trying to put it in. Gumi jumping forward, keeping the core forward as long as possible. But Drew is back up now and actually gets a KO with that adrenaline rush proc, but it doesn't matter because Kainoob has the flip in the corner and puts it in 1v2.
Well done, Kainoob, sealing the deal on that point. And to your point, we're seeing decent performances here. Feels like there's just one thing that doesn't quite go your way, right? And with a team as good as Demons Raw, our defending champions, you give them an inch and they will take a mile when they feel like taking a mile.
Yeah, that's a good distinction. I like that.
And certainly they have up to this point, sometimes, especially when or gets on the wrong side of the Tofu Fortress, or just ultimately favors their direction, they will take that, build that momentum up. But now Drew, hold on a second, pulls back, finds the double KO. There's the adrenaline rush, and will strike it into the net. We're going to a goal 5 in set 1.
I'm telling you, K-Bot, it matters. I mean, when you find those random ones, you can string a couple things together, and now there you go. You're on set, or rather set point here. Managing to battle your way back off a really good performance there in that last round from Drew, who's already off to a good start, getting that first barrier, flipping now, but into 4 Blabos, not going to be getting too much out of it as Demons Raw manages to hold for now, trying to look to even it up as Gramella and Drew are looking incredibly low in the energy and the stagger bars.
Tries to go back the other direction. Fudgy tries to use the energy burst, but Snake immediately denies it. Tries to send this core back up the other way, and Drew and Gramella were doing a decent job with Blabos being out. Here's a Tofu Fortress. Snake, though, finds a KO against Drew. The score is down for Bang Bang. Fudgy will send it through the portal, but Demons Raw looks like they're going to maintain possession here. 2 energy bursts online here as well. There is the Sombra Assault, but it's not enough. Well done, Demons Raw, using both energy bursts to secure set 1.
Yeah, that was actually really, really good in terms of enabling all your flip users there. I think just working the ball around to Snake, letting that flip go, burning a little bit of cooldowns, getting that pass from the flip up to Kainoob, who burns some more cooldowns and then finds the goal. So not really much you can do there on the side of Bang Bang at that point. peak performance going over to Kainu, going to be helping him live for a little bit longer, trying to stop Drew from getting those Adrenaline Rush plays as he gets the size as well. So it's going to be a little bit easier for him to find some of these. Snake going to start sparking up here as there are only 2 sparks in so far. Looks like just a lot of survivability for Demons RAAHH and the Missile Prop DUBU coming in. Not as good as it is forward, but it definitely still is a pretty good awakening, as you're going to be able to push things forward, and possibly if you can get it on the bottom side, or rather the side with the portal, push it into the portal and just keep it there for as long as the Tofu Fortress is back.
The other thing too is that it is timeless creator, so the Tofu Fortress will be there for a long while, and it'll be slightly larger, so the core will be less likely just to slip through, rather than it being just missile propulsion without that Creation Awakening. Bang Bang had a little bit of momentum. Couldn't quite keep it forward here. Grimella trying to look for Drew again. Keeps it in this corner. Snake is starting to come back, but Drew will find the barrier. That'll be a demolition stack for now. And there's the pendulum swing. Stuns Gumi. And it'll put it away for Bang Bang.
Yeah, pretty easy little play there. Gumi not quite able to evade strike that one. I think he's a little bit too behind on where the core was. Yeah, good play from Drew. Finish that up. The size on Rasmus already starting to put in a little bit of work. Kind of trying to put in a little bit of work himself, getting the core up into this corner with Snake. The missile prop not quite going to be able to get Snake off the core there, but the Summer Assault will with the flip. Now Snake gone, who had his entire energy burst. So yeah, really, really good from Bang Bang there to just keep the energy economy flowing in their favor, as Demons RAAHH managed to defend for now, but Drew respawns and getting that second barrier. Snake respawn is not going to matter because he's already 1 HP yet again.
And Bang Bang is doing everything in their power too to make sure that he stays 1 HP. Double energy burst committed there for Demons RAAHH. Here's one out of Fudgy. Snake will deny it out of the portal to send it back. Now Kainu back down to Snake. Here come the Blobos as well. This should be 1 barrier, maybe a second as well. There is the second. Tofu Fortress will stall out the core for a second. Grimella gets in the way, though, looking to try to cause some trouble, but Drew finds the KO against Snake. Another power play opportunity here. As it goes through the portal, Grimella takes the core along with him. And now the timer will start to go down. Here's Drew, potential opportunity, and barely finds the angle. Well done on the cursor placement and the strike placement to put that one away. And second goal here for Bang Bang. They're looking to equalize this match.
Yeah, Drew, really, really good shot there. This Blobo not quite able to catch up to it in time. Give me a nice little prediction on the top side. Was not quite able to get it, so unlucky there. 2-0 Bang Bang looking a lot stronger in this set. Does it have to do with the Awakenings? Who knows? The size definitely helps on the Rasmus, as we've been seeing, but Grimella going low should be fine, as I believe he does have that ultimate. Yep, he uses it, gets fully healed. Snake looking a little bit low as the Tofu Fortress missile prop doing work, getting that KO finally on that bottom side. And now Demons RAAHH are left to defend 2v3 against pretty amped up Bang Bang members right now.
Looking like they've got a little pep in their step here. Coming through and finding yet another gold barrier. Energy burst won't connect. Kainu will step back and use the barrage to send it away. Fudgy has to commit the Summer Assault once. Won't have that to clear some space down here, especially with Snake of the X Maximus, but that'll go away as well. Gumi has an energy burst, but now Grimella is the one taken down. Snake will find the gold barrier and now sends the core towards the net. Energy burst out of Fudgy. Kainu looking to cause some trouble. Barrage already burned. It'll go behind Snake, and now Gumi to himself, looking for the corner once more. Getting this up as soon as possible to the members of Demons RAAHH. Kainu, Snake, once more on top of each other here. There's the energy burst. Snake can't quite find the bull rush to send it through. And now the portal will play some tricks, keeping this core neutral for the time being, as comes right off the corner, right on over to Grimella, and you do not have time to react. Bang Bang will take the second set here, and starting to come through, but what else do they need here for?
That's tough. Honestly, they just need to make sure that Kainu on the Kai does not start getting a lot of these speed awakenings, as, you know, he is last pick, so should be able to deny the aerials from him. I believe the Rasmus taking the fight or flight away. Team player definitely going to help as well, but I'm assuming it's rough here. Grimella, I mean, wants to take Monumentalist, but the aerials is so good onto the Kai, so he gets it anyway. Speed going over to Kainu might open up the game a little bit from him, and Snake, yet again, getting a Catalyst for the second game in a row. I mean, Demon's Rock has got a really, really good draft K-bot, but at the same time, you get Fight or Flight and Monumentalist on your now. Or rather, Fight or Flight on your Brawler and Monumentalist on your now. Gonna be helping you a lot in this game, so Bang Bang can't be too mad about their drafts. But they are not feeling too great about a quick KO onto Grimella there. But able to actually defend for now until Grimella comes back up, and they're good.
The Monu Timeless Creator drones are not going to do them as well when Grimella is off the pitch. Hold the line for now, but the gold barriers will fall. Now trying to keep it in the corner and stuff it through Demon's RAAHH. Drew will drop back. Doesn't quite have the speed to catch the core. It comes out to the middle of the map. Lobo's out. Goomy leaps forward. Doesn't find it. What he was looking for there. Strike War won by Drew. Now once again tries to come back through. Goomy correctly predicts that pendulum swing coming down, and beautiful clear to get that away. Goku Fortress out, by the way. Both energy bursts online for the Demon's RAAHH forwards. Goomy close to his own. Fudgy has one, but Kainoob accelerates the core forward into the net.
Yeah, actually really good shot there from Kainoob. Just squeezed the angle there to where it kind of looked like it was going to bounce, so Fudgy did not quite have his score radar going off there in his mind, but ends up just going straight in, unable to time the flip to save it. So first point going over to Demon's RAAHH here. A little bit of anticlimactic one, honestly, but a good play to get Kainoob running here as the Kai with that Giga Blast kill is starting to look a lot more online in this game here. Snake now with that flip trying to do something to this DUBU, getting him nice and low, trying to find a KO possibly, as Fudgy Waffle's forced to use the flip, now has almost nothing, but neither does Snake, and the KO comes through for Drew, so Bang Bang managed to stabilize.
Stabilize they will. Drew now in the corner. Fudgy helps out with a strike shot. Grimella is there as well. Drew doesn't find the energy burst. Gets one gold barrier. Looking for a second, but Goomy has his own. Will not hesitate to use it, though likely wants to save it for the offensive side. Now sticking around. Will use it here. Gets stopped there. Fudgy's able to hold. Now goes through Grimella, and a nice barrage keeps the core forward. Right on there. Up to Snake. Demon's RAAHH. Set point once more.
That was actually really smart from Snake there. There's very little maneuver there, but with that bell ringer, doesn't actually look to try to kill the very low Grimella or get him out of the way, as Kainoob was already past him. So instead he walks forward and shoves Fudgy away, so Kainoob can just get the free path to the net, and then obviously helps with the strike in the end there. So well done from Snake. Unlucky on the energy burst there, as I say it. I feel like I'm the highest percentage caster curse rate of all time, K-Bot. Maybe you can we can figure that out one day, like one weekend we look through all the casts, but it's absolutely insane. But as I say that, everything should be fine. It's Demon's RAAHH. And I was gonna say I have one barrier to one, but RAAHH actually saving it for now.
We need the stats trackers to also count caster curses.
Yeah, I agree.
As it turns out. One gold barrier piece here. Now it is for both teams. Grimella drops back. Hasn't quite had the same presence on the now, it feels like, that you might have expected out of him in the past. Just doesn't feel like he's covering a lot of the map. Sure, healing up a little bit. And anytime that Drew gets a speed boost, that's all well and good. And they'll find one here. Energy burst. Baits out the barrage. Out of Kainoob. Weird bounce. That one's going to go to the favor of Demon's RAAHH. Fudgy, he burns the energy burst there as well, but the gold barrier is saved for now, and it'll still be saved after that primary rollout log blocks the core as well. Kainoob will burn his energy burst to stay alive, and now the lifeline comes back from Grimella to save the barrier once more. We're still in overtime, and now it's Grimella taken off of the pitch. Everyone rushes forward for Demon's RAAHH now as they find their time to strike, and Snake will send the core back.
Adrenaline rush, baby. I mean, Kainoob and Snake, after finding that KO, both just sprint forward with all of their abilities up and just overwhelm Fudgy. There's only so much a DUBU can do when he has nothing left. And now Kai getting rewarded with that chrono boost. I think this match is going to be a lot harder now for Bang Bang, as the Kai is completely online, and there are plenty of other awakenings here for Snake and Goomy to take. As the hot shots, we see the Super Surge stacks going over to Snake there, is keeping the speed up with that Spark of Agility as well. Going to be helping. I'm actually surprised he didn't end up taking the Spark of Resilience, but I guess he doesn't really value the double Spark when he can take away the pancakes from, let's say, Grimella later on in the draft. So definitely well done there. Grimella getting a little bit of speed with that Super Surge actually on the mine, but I don't think it's going to be doing too much. I think Bang Bang just need to find an adjustment here, and maybe that KO there was it, as Snake goes off the pitch, and they have a penalty to try to find something off of, but Kainoob is just running away with it.
Kainoob comes right back through. Of course, has Chrono Boost picked up in the last draft there as well. So we'll be able to keep up on the speed, especially when he pops that Blazing Pace. But even still, when you have one less player, it's that much easier for the Brawler to get in the way and find a shot towards that. Drew does it there. Put Bang Bang up once again in the even set.
Yeah, even now, early on in the second point, Bang Bang, nice little showing in that first one, managed to find an opening and take it. Now, how many openings are you going to find on this Demon's RAHH team here? Not that many historically, but
well,
I guess, well, yeah, I shouldn't say that. But when they want to win, which it seems like right now, they definitely want to win. As Snake unable to quite find the energy burst, but gets both barriers, so going to be happy with that. Gumi looking really comfy in the net right now. Great clear away from that now mine. Kainoob on that top side, gonna get interrupted by that core flip from Drew. Especially the portal not quite able to get much done, as Gumi looking pretty creative, honestly, with the slime portal placements overall the course of this map, or of this game. So definitely happy with that, and Snake happy with that angle there. Fudgy just not quite able to get it in time. That was perfect there from the Brawler on Demon's RAHH.
Beautifully done. I mean, I think if you're Fudgy, there's hardly anything else you could do. You reacted that one pretty darn quick and didn't quite have it in you there. Now all the abilities come right back out. I was going to say that, as you were saying, Gumi had good and creative ability use. He actually had gone through all of his abilities. So there was maybe an opening there for a moment, but it doesn't matter. Now they're all reset, and Snake's able to take away both gold barriers for Demon's RAHH. Gumi passed to himself, looking for a tricky play through the portal. What was that? I mean, just score the darn core. Thank you.
I can't glaze this guy, man. Every time I try to glaze this guy, he does that. But hey, it works out. Snake gets the core on the goal line, puts it in past Fudgy. That's all you really need at the end of the day. Goes on series point now, and they're blazing forward, K-Bot. They want to end this now.
Let's hope, Borg. Let's hope that they want to end this now. I don't think we can take another goofy couple points out of any of the members of Demon's RAHH for that matter, especially Gumi. Good block there, though. Sends that one away from point-blank range, and now has another save. Kainoob does have energy burst along with Snake, but Snake is about to get KO'd, and there's the death touch to do just that. Power play opportunity for Demon's RAHH, but Kainoob immediately goes in the blazing pace, trying to keep this core forward. Gumi will be forced to leap back, but the goal barrier will open. Fudgy looking for the shot through the portal, can't quite find it. Snake is back online. Here comes the speed from the forwards of Bang Bang. Not able to find it quite yet. And the portal pass doesn't quite go as intended. Here's Snake, still wrecking things up, and with that catalyst, almost is back up to a full burst. Overtime now, Drew in position, doesn't win the strike war the first time, but it comes right back around to him, and he'll pull it through. Suddenly, it's set point as well for Bang Bang as they look to send us to a fifth.
Yeah, definitely not over yet, as Bang Bang have a lot of options. They just need to figure out the best way to execute them, as there's so many things in their way, with Barrage and the super fast Kainoob, or the 18 slimes in their way, but they take out one of them with the Kai going down to that Missile Prop Tofu Fortress, who's already gotten at least 3 or 4 kills so far this game. Lots of value so far as the first barrier goes down for Bang Bang here, trying to get the second one, but Kainoob respawns, and now it's back to even. Flip from Drew, trying to get something, but not quite able to get much, except for a little bit of chip damage, as Grimella and Drew just unable to break the wall that is Demon's RAHH.
Everyone standing on top of the goal barrier for Demon's RAHH, holding on to this one as if their life depends on it. The bell ringer sends the core away out of Grimella's energy burst. Whiplash comes back through for Drew, tries to step forward, but again, there's 2 goalies back there for Demon's RAHH right now. He just cannot send it past. Drew, once more, finally finds it this time. Here's the Whiplash, tries to pass to himself, back to the far corner. Gumi's ready for it that time. Grimella doesn't have the speed, and Snake's all on top of it. Portal, no. Bounce, Tofu Fortress, Particle Accelerator, trying to send the core forward, off of the mine, looking for it again, but the core just speeds up way too fast. And the Whiplash comes out just a little bit too late. Now, passing play opportunity back and forth to one another. No, denied once more as both Kainoob and Gumi are still in the goal box. They realize that it is too dangerous to leave, but now that it's their time to strike. Here's Energy Burst exchange. Bull Rush comes through, and Snake will take it himself. Everyone gets involved on the play in the last point for Demons RAAH, and they might be back.
Yeah, I mean, looking back from there, just it feels bad to say, but I mean, at the same time, it's the only thing I can say. Just utter dominance, I think, in both games from Demons RAAH. Some definitely like looks of hope for Bang Bang here. They definitely didn't play bad by any means, but I mean, that was insane defending there on that last point for Demons, and then Snake with a crazy goal flip in order to, or flip play rather, just to end this series. Did not want this to go on any longer. Well done to Demons RAAH. I think we're finally seeing. I mean, is it even the rebirth? I mean, they have only 2 losses. It's not that big of a deal.
We can
like, they're 3-2 now. It's fine. Everything is fine. A little bit of a rough start to the season. They forgot to practice the game. I think they're good now. They're back, ready to put up some performances that, hey, that was entertaining. That was fun to watch.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Bang Bang, though, they now go down. I misspoke earlier, by the way. They are now 1-4 on the season, which halfway through is a bit of a problem. You've got to try to win the next 4 in a row to have a positive record, which is kind of the minimum you need to make it in the playoffs. Nearly is a top 6 cut usually is about there, so it'd be really close. Now, the one thing that Bang Bang has going for them is if it ends up that they end up winning their last 4 and they end up in a tie with Bun Bun, they'll at least have that tiebreaker, and I imagine that future tiebreakers they can have as well to their name should they continue to pick up wins here in the back half of the season, especially as they haven't played a lot of the other teams that are, probably going to be towards that, top 6 cutoff line. So there's opportunity here for them to turn on the Jets, but they've got to do it now if they want to make it for playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, hey, four losses early on, it's not easy, but if I can do it, Bang Bang, you can do it. I believe in you. It definitely looked a lot better this week. Did not look too bad. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Demons RAAH looked like they're in peak form. They did not mess around with their drafts, even though we did see a DUBU midfield. I actually think it was really good in the context of that game. Yeah, I mean, you're going against the peak Demons RAAH, at least what it looks like to me. And I don't think you put up too bad of a performance there. So definitely don't be too hard on yourselves. The rebrand is still, it's still cooking. We still got another week at the minimum in you. Let's see some entertaining games. And I believe in the Bang Bang squad to show back up. Demons RAAH, as usual, they're back, baby.
They're back and they look as good as ever, but they lost earlier in this season. Well, twice, obviously, but one of the teams they lost to is the team that is still undefeated this season. It's the Cosmic Calamities, who we will see next take on the Bozo Bunch. Who'd have thought? Not me, that's for sure. I haven't been watching the past few weeks, but I'm excited to watch their next one. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.